Hi guys, it's Ray here from Man City Fan TV. It's time for our video preview of the Wolves game, and today I'll be talking to Matt from Talking Wolves. I met Matt probably about 4 months ago down in London when we were filming for a TV programme, Footy Show, on Channel 4. And it's the usual format. We're going to ask each other some questions and we video our answers. So Matt's first question to me is, what are my thoughts on Wolves this season? Well, they got promoted last season, playing some exciting football. I think we were eagerly anticipating their arrival in the Premier League and to see what they were all about and whether they could continue in the same vein. They spent a lot of money. You guys spent was it 100 million pounds, and you had some exciting players as well. And I think overall, after, 21 games, your record isn't bad. You won 8 games. You've got 29 points. And my feeling is the way the season is going at the moment, that might actually be just about enough to keep you in the league. I never really thought you'd be struggling the way Huddersfield and Fulham and Burnley and all those other clubs are down at the bottom. I thought Wolves had too much about them. They had too much quality within them. I think the only thing that I would look at and say is a slight worry is you've only scored, I think, is it 23 goals? 23 goals in 21 games, which I don't think is enough. But hey, you've tried to, I think, play attractive football. You tried to play the right way, and that can only be commended. So yeah, I think it's a very good reintroduction to the Premier League. Question 1. I think Wolves are having a pretty decent season so far. What do you think, and has it met with your expectations?
So what have I made of Wolves this season so far? Well, we've overachieved. I know some pundits and some fans had us down finishing top 4, winning the league, winning the World Cup, which is ridiculous. There are a few realistic Wolves fans still left, and we all said around 12th or 13th would be a successful season for us. I know Fosun, the owners of Wolverhampton Wanderers, they wanted top half finish, and they've got that at the minute. Whether or not we'll sustain that with burnout and lack of squad depth is another issue, but at the minute we're enjoying every single second of it. We've had some major scalps this season. We got draws against United, beat Tottenham away from home, beat Chelsea at home, beat Liverpool, drew with you guys. So yeah, it's a fantastic time to be a Wolves fan at the minute. Similar to Manchester City, we've had some dark days in recent history, and it's nice to have some successful ones. Obviously not on the magnitude that you guys have had, but yeah, it's a great time to be a Wolves fan.
Question 2. Matt asks me, can you identify one Wolves player as a real threat and why? All right, well, obviously I don't watch Wolves every week. I'll see highlights now and again. I'm more focused obviously on Man City and watching our games every 3 or 4 days at the moment. There's a couple of players I'll mention because I think most people will have noticed them. One is your striker, Raul Jimenez. Now, as I said in another answer to another question, you've only scored 23 league goals and he's got 6 of them. He's also weighed in with 4 assists. So, for 23 goals, he's been involved with 10 of them. Nearly half your goals, he's had a hand in them. And now I think he's not done badly for you. He's led the line well. He's strong and powerful. And as I said, he's scored those goals, and you can't take that away from him. I don't keep an eye on the charts of the goal scoring charts in the Premier League, but I'm guessing the leader's got about 12 goals or something. So he's probably not doing too bad in the charts as well. And you do need someone to score goals. I think you're going to need him for the rest of the season. So he's obviously a danger. If he scored 6 goals in 21 games, every 2.5 games or 3.5 games, it's not too bad for a team like Wolves. And the other person I'm going to mention is a guy who was with you in Division 1, I think, and that's your captain, Matt Doherty. Now, besides being a good leader, good at the back, I think he was involved with many of your clean sheets early on in the season. He's also weighed in an attack. Now, he's scored 3 goals And I think he's contributed 4 assists as well. So in your 23 league goals, he's been involved with 7 of them, which is a heck of a lot. So obviously, I'm guessing, having not watched everything, he's a danger at corners. Whether he's maybe crossing the ball as well. I mean, to get 4 assists, it's not bad. It's not bad going for a defender. So yeah, I mean, those 2 guys I'd be very wary of when you guys play us at the Etihad. Question 2: who are your standout players this season?
So who's been my player of the season? Well, you could argue, put a case forward for a lot of players. You got Ryan Bennett, who's a bit of an unsung hero. You know, binned off by Norwich, I didn't want him. Played for us in the Championship this season. He's been defensively solid. You know, against the bigger teams where we've got to just sit in and deep and defend. He's been tremendous. You know, you've got the likes of Willy Bolly, who was a colossal for us in the Championship again, who's carried on that form into the Premier League. Moutinho for Monaco, £5 million, an absolute Rolls Royce of a footballer, glides about the pitch doing what he needs to do. But I'd probably say our standout player has been Raul Jimenez, on loan from Benfica, the striker. He's quick, he's strong, he can finish, he works, he's off. He's a tremendous player. He's always dangerous in and around the area. He's got 7 goals, which doesn't probably sound a lot for some of your players. 7 goals and 6 assists. He's been involved in nearly half of Wolves' goals, and he's pivotal to the way we play. You know, he comes short and lets space in behind for our inside forwards to run in behind, and you know he's been nothing short of tremendous.
Question 3: are you pleased with how City have done this season? Well, if you asked me before the start of the season, you'd have played 21 league games, you'd have 50 points. That's not too bad, it's not too shabby. You'd have qualified from the Champions League group as group winners. That's not too bad either. You'll be in the semi-final, or pretty much now, the final of the Carabao Cup. And you'll be in the 4th round of the FA Cup. I'd have taken that all day long. Absolutely, no question about it. If you actually delve a little bit below the surface, that Champions League, we wobbled a little bit. I mean, Lyon pushed us hard. We were behind in both games against Hoffenheim, and one of them we won quite late on. So they were not easy games to get us through the Champions League, but we came out on top. And yeah, the cups, let's not worry about them. The league, we're second. That is a bit of a surprise. That I expected it to be tighter this season. I've said it many times. I didn't expect us to get 100 points. We would drop points, and you know, I thought we would be around the 90, 92 point level. That's my feeling. And other teams would get closer to us. So as we drop down, others would get closer to us, and they'd breach that gap. And Liverpool have definitely done that. So am I pleased? I think overall I'm pleased, because we look at it. I mean, we're in first week of January just gone. We're in all 4 competitions. We've got a chance to win all 4 competitions, and that's a lot better than most clubs. You know, who are just left in the league. There's only realistically 3 teams that can win it, and in the cups, teams have already been knocked out. So overall, I've got to be pleased with the way City have gone this season, and I think we'll carry on in the same vein. Question 3: you got very lucky with the offside handball goal by Bowley against us earlier this season. Will you welcome the introduction of VAR next season?
You know, we could say against City in the reverse fixture, we got a little bit lucky with Willy Bolly's bullet header, which VAR obviously would have seen as a handball and ruled the goal out. But I think next season it's something that I will be for. The teething problems seem to have gone now. We saw the other night with Tottenham versus Chelsea. You know, it was onside and it was a penalty. It's one of those ones though where if it goes against you, you're not for it. If it does go for you, you're all for it. So I think more often than not it's right, and I think it can only be good for the game.
Matt's 4th question: can you still win the league? Of course we can. I mean, we've got 17 games to go. We're only 4 points behind Liverpool and only 2 points behind Spurs. So we can't forget about Spurs. We can't rule them out of the Championship challenge. But yeah, 4 points can disappear in 2 games. I mean, we saw it in the space of 4 games. We lost 9 points on Liverpool, and I mean, this is what the league is like. There are quality teams out there, and you've got no divine right to win all the games. So, things can flip flop very, very quickly. But it's in Liverpool's hands. I mean, if they win all their remaining games, they win the title. I can't see them winning all the remaining games, so it's up to City to be there if and when Liverpool slip up. And the same for Spurs. Spurs can win the title. I mean, they're only 6 points behind Liverpool, and they've got to play Liverpool yet. So that will they can add extra pressure to Liverpool. So I think it's up in the air, and we can definitely still win it. Question 4. When we were losing a few games, did you think you had a chance to beat us? Now that we're winning again, has your mind changed?
When City went on that little blip a few weeks ago, I say a little blip, it was 2 or 3 games, which, for any other team, that's okay. But when you send your standards are set as high as Pep Guardiola's, and it's not okay. But I thought when you're on that blip that we could beat you, and even though you're winning games now, there's always that possibility that we could against the bigger teams away from home. Once they're attacking us and we're sitting deep, we can pick anyone off. Not saying that we will, but there's a possibility that we still could beat you. You've obviously put a little bit of a run together now, beating Liverpool, which is a great result for you guys and great result for me because I don't like Liverpool. But yeah, I still think we've got a chance. And listen, it's a free hit for us guys. The pressure's on you, as it was with us against Tottenham, Chelsea. You're going to have to attack us, and hopefully we can pick you off on the counter.
Question 5. Do you still get nervous before games, or do you expect to get the 3 points? To be honest, I'm an old school fan. I've been supporting City for over 40 years. So, we can't take anything for granted. We've seen so many twists and turns. We've kicked ourselves so many times. We've chopped our own feet off. We've done some really daft, stupid things at City. I think it was a game against Liverpool. I think we were drawing 2-2, and we thought, this is many years ago, we thought a draw was enough to keep us in the league, and it wasn't. And we were just holding on to the ball in the last couple of minutes, wasting time. And we found out afterwards that we got relegated. So we've done some really daft things. We did it the hard way against QPR to win the league in 2012. So I'd never, count my chickens before they're hatched. Even though we go into most games with a lot more confidence and a lot more expectation, because we know generally we are going to win. I think last season we won 30 out of 38 games. So we know we're generally going to win because we know the style of football we play is very good, and it's going to win us games. But yeah, nervous, still get nervous. Probably the 2 biggest games I get nervous for are United and Liverpool. Liverpool are in the ascendancy right now, so we get nervous for them. And United, in derbies, form can go a little bit out of the window. I mean, we saw last season we were miles better than United. We could have been 6-0 up, and we lost the game 3-2. So anything can happen. So those are the 2 games I get nervous for. And whenever we get to a cup final, I'm always nervous. And finally, question 5. Can you give me a score prediction, please?
I can't really look past the Man City win there, to be honest with you. My heart says a 1-1. My head says 3-0. I think you just got too much for us. It's the same with the Liverpool game, really, at home. Pretty evenly matched. It was just the final third. The clinical nature of your front three and Liverpool's front three was just too much for us. So I think that's what it's going to boil down to at the end of the day. I don't think it's going to be a cricket scoreboard. I think defensively we're too good for it to get anything past 2 or 3, which are famous last words. But yeah, it's a free hit for us, and stranger things have happened. I don't think it's going to be 9-0 though, but I can't look past the City win there.
And my score prediction, well, I think Wolves will score. I mean, City have struggled in recent games. I think it's only in the 2 cup games against Burton and Rotherham that we've managed to keep a clean sheet in about 12 games. I think it was about 11 or 12 games on the bounce. We just could not keep a clean sheet. So I expect Wolves to score, but I'm hopeful that City have got their poor performances out of the system. We've got our best players back like Kevin De Bruyne, David Silva, Fernandinho. I think those three players are key to what we can do and what we can achieve for the rest of the season. And I'm going for a City win, 3-1. There you go. There you have it. That's the preview done. Thanks ever so much from Matt from Talking Wolves. And if you guys are at the Wolves game, come up to Andy and me. We'll be around the Blue Moon Cafe before and after the game. I'll be probably doing some videos after the game around the main entrance. Just come up to us, say hi, and get your views and opinions across to other City fans. See you around, Blues.